morning, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Pink Girly. It's showtime. Is anyone here? Still fussing. I'm fussing around. Let's see who's going to be first in today. All right, let's put the little mousy poo off to the side. I've got my little wrist warmers on, spinning. They're spinning. Okay, so I'm just going to start because it looks like I'm here by myself. So I'm just going to start. So I picked up this planner. I think it was at Five Below. And I picked it up because it was a Harry Potter, which I love Harry Potter. And it's something that my bonus son and I kind of have in common. Hi, Diane. What is it for you? Evening? I always forget. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. So I picked this up. Of course, I loved it because it's burgundy. It looks really nice. But I have traveled to Europe several times, and each time wanting to keep a journal. You know, what we do day to day, add pictures, never did it. Never did it. So this time I'm trying to be proactive and prep a book so that it's not only inviting to work in while I'm traveling, but I got some of the work done, and it should be easy and more enticing for me to just open it up and journal some pages, add pictures. Now I have it already in my bedroom on my bed ready to be packed. I have a little printer, a little square printer. I think it just does black and white, which is okay. But I thought if I take that and I can take those little pictures and just, glue them down, take a glue stick. But you can see this is, it's a planner for 2025. So it's full. And I don't need this many pages. We're just going for 2 weeks. And I'm thinking I was just fussing around with a few things. I was thinking I might make some kind of a tag to go over the actual pages that are marked as specific days. And then I can just write in, what I want. But I'm on the fence about this. Not sure if I'm going to go that way. And I did get a digital about traveling. I don't know why. It wasn't for this. It was for something else. But they're, retro. They're old-timey kind of images. So I thought some of these might be fun to add to some of the pages. Of course, this would represent me, my husband, and our son. And I don't know. I'm just going to fuss around today. I'm kind of all jazzed up. This time next week, we leave. So, when I first opened this up this morning and looked at this, I thought the pages were glued and I might have a problem taking some pages out. Because sometimes when they're glued, you start taking pages, they all start falling out. But it's not. It's stitched, and it's a very, very fine stitch. So I'm going to put on the heavy-duty glasses, and I'm going to get my little blade here that I like, see if I can start taking out some pages, and then I can use these these pages for other projects. I mean, these are really nice pages, really nice paper. I mean, it's lightweight, like computer paper. It's not heavy duty or anything, Let's see, here I can see. Can you see them? Probably not. Little stitches. So sometimes what I like to do is go underneath of those stitches with my pokey tool or something that I can scoot under there and then just slice the stitch, because sometimes it's hard to get in there and cut the thread without cutting the paper. And I want to preserve that paper so I can then use, my takeouts in another project. So that's what I'm starting to do. And of course, I don't think I'm going to take out enough pages where it's just 2 weeks worth. I want to leave myself plenty of room so I can use a couple pages per day if that's what I want to do. And I'm sure I can add to it when I come home. But if we're anywhere and I pick up, say, a brochure, or we purchase something and I like the tag, you know how we are. We like to save all that kind of stuff. So let me just see. I should probably count. 1, 2, 3. Oh, looks like there's only 3 or 4 in each signature. So let's pop back this way and find another spot. Here we go. It's really hard to see these little stitches. So let's see. There's a few of us in here. Everybody's being quiet. So what's everyone up to? How are you all doing? I have a bunch of things stacked on my bed that need to be packed. So I think I'm going to think about that really tomorrow. Get my laundry together of what I want and then start getting things in place. All right, so we leave the 17th. So I'm going to skip these few pages. Let's go back to May. So I'm thinking I'd like to draw maybe some squares on here, lay out some stuff where it would be easy for me to just add little memories. And I might glue a few pages together. I'm thinking about maybe putting some gesso on a few pages. Just like we would prep a mixed media page. Have to come back and trim these little threads. So I said to my son yesterday to just start packing. He said, "No, not really. I need a suitcase." So I said to him, "Well, what happened to the one that we bought when we were in France last time?" And he said, "Well, I'm taking that empty. I'm taking that empty. I need a carry-on." Oh my gosh. I'm like, well, that's different than just needing a suitcase. We speak a different language. So we got that all squared away. So now we just have to synchronize our watches, so to speak, and we'll pick him up Thursday. And then we need to make arrangements of where our driver's going to pick us up because we're flying out of JFK. There's Jacqueline. Good morning. Jacqueline's probably done a full day's work already. Let's see. What are you saying to me? Yes, Harry Potter. I'll show you in a sec. This is the one I got from Five Below. So I was just trying to quickly. Of course, I had trouble with the printer again, and of course, my husband was in here like 85 times. But I'm thinking about maybe putting the word Europe there and maybe gluing on a couple of, I don't know, fun pictures. Oh, this is a moleskin. I didn't realize that. Hey, Dar, good morning. I mean, this is a year's worth of paper. So this is going to take a little bit for me to take. Look, that just busted. I'm trying to preserve these pages because the paper's nice. I mean, it's not heavy duty or anything, but they will make great journal pages for another project. We can't throw anything out. So I'm trying to get them out without tearing or poking extra holes in these folios. And I can do more of this later. I just wanted to start to do this and then decide which way I'm going. Now I have my little, I don't know what you call, I guess you'd call them templates from Fiskar, where I can draw different boxes and different shapes. If I wanted to just, I guess I should really check my glue stick supply. I'm thinking taking glue sticks is probably the better way to go. Okay, and then I was thinking I'll create some kind of a label that I can stick over the top here. But if I start actually right where April 17th is, but I'm going to need more than one page per day, don't you think? I could glue some together. All right, I'm going to take off my beautiful cuffs, my beautiful wristlets, because I'm going to start getting some other stuff out. And I don't want them to get messy. All right, so let's see. I was thinking gesso. If I can remember where I put my gesso, there's maybe some watercolor. And just do some little prep, or maybe glue down some book pages, just to get something going here. And so that when I'm traveling, because there it is. Every other trip I've taken, I always tell myself, okay, now you're going to do it this time. You're going to write down what you did. And you're going to glue stuff in, but I don't prepare to do that. And I have a little tiny journal somewhere from the one trip. All right, let's get my offset. Let's put these out of the way. I don't want to lose that pencil. All right, so my big tub of gesso. I'm going to have to use my heat tool. And I guess I could get some parchment paper. Well, I have that. Well, we'll just get started. My tea is way cold. You know, before I do that, maybe I would like to put down some book pages. The tent on the beach. Well, I don't think we're going to be on the beach. Now, look at that. I have no idea where I got that. Baby wipe to the rescue. Now, isn't that crazy? I have no idea where I picked that up. Hi, Candy. Good morning. It's like a reddish brown. I don't even see anything. Well, that's just crazy. Crazy. Okay. So I like to just tear. This is a really cool piece because it's kind of already inked for me. And this will thicken up some of these pages too. So I'm really loving my Bella Grace magazine journal that I did. Let's see, I wanted to go this way. Gosh, when did we do that? Tuesday evening? No. Sunday? Jacqueline, do you remember? I know it's hard to sometimes, if you will, destroy some of these magazines and books that we end up with in our stash. But I'll tell you what, I am just really having fun with it. I'm going to show you a couple of my pages. There's Leah. Good morning. Okay, got some glue there. The reason I like this, I think, so much is because the what the heck did I do with it? Oh, heavens to Mercure. I do this all the time. I know. I keep repeating myself. I'm spinning in my chair. I'm spinning. I think I still need to take out some more pages. But if you weren't with us the day I did this, you'd have to look in my it was Tuesday. Oh, thank you, honey. Tuesday's live. You could go back and watch. Unless that's the one I haven't uploaded yet. I don't know. I'm very scattered the last couple of days. But the covers are heavier. And now Jacqueline's didn't have this flappy thing. So maybe they don't all have that. I assume that they did because I think both issues that I own do have it. So maybe it was just 1 year when they did that. This is from 2018. So we decorated the cover. Now, of course, I wrapped this around the spine, my digital, and it started to come off. So this morning I added some packing tape on here to keep that a little more secure. And we did this inside, and I made this a pocket. And so I added this to the front page, and I'm going to glue her down. But this is what we worked on. This was a digital that I enhanced a little bit. Hey, Joyce, good morning. With a color pencil. And then we stenciled a little bit, added some lace, some fabric, and just decorated these 2 pages, which I really like. I think they turned out well. But we also talked about using a color book page. I feel like my camera is down really. Here, wait a minute. Let's see if I can bring that up a little bit. I have to figure out how to zoom in and out. Oh, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. It's not cooperating. Gail, how are you, my dear? There she is. Hi, Gail. And then Jacqueline's like, what can I do? And I'm like, make a Bella Grace. So she took pages out of hers and started decorating. Her cover looks so yummy. And so this was one of my color book pages that I had shown you. So I went ahead and stenciled the back, glued it down, and then stenciled the same up here, added these trees. So I know, me too. So and then I folded this. This is a pocket. I'm going to do a tag for in there. This was the diagonal fold, and then I glued that down on another page and just did some of the silliness here. I'm going to add some more hearts and then probably stick something on top. And folded this up, and then I just added her this morning. So then when I do her background, I'll probably paint this down here. And I liked how the blue in this photo went with the blue in her flowers. So then this is my next spread I'm going to work on in this Bella Grace journal. There's Peggy. Good morning, Peggy. Okay, she's listening while she's taking care of business. Woo! I sure wasn't expecting a journal. Oh, she said, "Oh, Joyce. So Joyce got some goodies. I think she was a winner um, during one of Jacqueline's sales, if I have that right. And so she got her Happy Meal from Jacqueline. All right. So yeah. So if you can get your hands on, and you could do it really with any magazine, like we said before, right? But those Bella Grace, if you get a chance to touch one, if you don't have one, and check it out, you'll see what I mean. It just has a different feel to it. And so, all right, I'm putting a little piece of film under this page. I'm going to put some gesso down. Might be hard to see because I'm using the white, but I'm just going to start scraping some. Now, if you don't have gesso, you want this look, you could do white paint. So for those of you who may have just come in, I just decided, really, quite frankly, this morning, to prep some pages to hopefully help me stay on task while we're traveling and to journal and log what we do each day. Look, I've got it again. It must be the handle of my, I wonder if that paint is just coming off the handle of my offset spreader. Let's give it a wipe here. Mm. All right. So now I'm going to hit this with my heat tool. Sorry for the noise. And then I'm going to make some kind of little label to go over the actual dates because the dates are going to be off. Because I might use 2 or 4 pages depending on what we did each day. Or if I feel like doodling or drawing or whatever. Not yet. I don't have mine. There's one piece. So I didn't grab any parchment paper. There's one piece. Debbie X says if you do the parchment in between, I got to be careful because I'll be melting my. I've wore those too. So let's see. So then I'm going to skip a couple of pages, and how about I get out a little bit of water? Well, you know what I could do? I could use some of these scribble sticks. I think I can. I think these will move. Let's try. I forget. I know I used them before, but I haven't used them a whole lot. So let me just scribble. Hey, Devin, how are you? Devin, I have something sitting here that I have to get ready to send to you for 4 or 5 months now. It was missing for a while, but it's probably not going to get done until I get back from my vacation, but I'll get it done. It just is taking me a while. All right, so I'm mostly thinking if I use that little printer I have, I have places to put little photos of me and the boys while we're traveling around. So, all right, so let's try that. And I'll put this back under. And I did have a glass of water. Let's get this brush. No worries. Thank you. Where are you going? We're going to Europe. We leave next Thursday evening. And we're going to visit my bonus son and his family. They live in Nottingham. And then we'll really be in England about a week, I guess. And I'm going to meet up with Janet Nash. Now, it's probably too late to mail me anything to take to her, unless you do some kind of fancy footwork. But she does like recipes, so I'm going to put this out there again. If anybody would like to send a recipe, I'd be happy to print that off and add that to Janet's Happy Meal stack. Always seem to run out of room. And then after we're there for a week, then we're flying into Basel and we'll be in that Switzerland area where everything's kind of like, not too far away from each other. So we're hoping to get into Germany and then of course France. Okay, so let's. That looks kind of cool, huh? Not too much. So I keep forgetting to take my phone out. I'm going to end up melting. Yes, Janet and I are going to meet. She is willing to come to where we're staying. We're staying in an Airbnb in Greater London, and she says traveling in England is really easy. So instead of having me figure it out, she's going to come to me. So I don't know how long she'll be able to hang out with me, but I think we'll probably maybe go do lunch. By the way, we can't hear what you were saying with the noise cancellation, or maybe you're muted. Can you hear me now? Yeah, maybe it's just when I have my heat tool on. Err. I'm not muted. All right, so yes, we can hear you now. Okay, great. Thanks, Devin. Yeah, I was just saying, Janet said traveling in the UK is very easy. And of course, she's used to it. So she's going to come to me. And okay, thanks, Jacqueline. So I'll maybe shut my pie hole while I got that on. All right, cool. Thanks, girls. So let's see, what do I want to? Just looking for a pen here. Oh, it is? Okay, Joyce, then I should get that today. Joyce has something on the way for me to take to Janet, and we've hit a little bit of a bump. So hopefully that'll get to me today. Okay, so I can glue things in there, and I'm using my cool pen. So if I decide when I get home, I can put the heat on that, and that will disappear. And I like that. Maybe I'll just, I like that, those colors. Now, maybe I'll put some more of this on. Do a couple more pages. So I'm planning to take some color pencils. It's hard for me to just pick out a few to take, but I don't want them clanking around in like a pencil case or like a tin, because then the cores crack, and I still haven't thought about a pencil sharpener. I might buy a little pencil sharpener once I get there, but I found this little. I do, Devin. I was just saying to the girls before you came in, I have my little mini printer. I'm taking that so that I can, print out a few things and just glue them down easily. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, my color pencils. So I have my color pencils in those large suitcases with the little elastic strips, that you slide the pencil under, and it kind of keeps them snug. So what was I looking up? I was looking up something on Amazon. Oh, I was looking yarn. I was looking up yarn. I couldn't remember where I bought this yarn that I have. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it's probably Amazon. Where else would it be? Ugh. So I go look, and of course it wasn't Amazon. But this bag turned up for knitting when you travel, to take your crochet hooks and needles, and it's got little pouches for yarn, and it wasn't terribly expensive. And it's got a pouch on the back where you could slip in a coloring book very easily. And then all my pencils would be very secure. Not all of them, but more than just a dozen. And I'm going to use that as my purse, because my suitcase is going to have mostly, I think, at this point, the goodies I'm taking for the children. So I think that's the plan at this point. If I go like this, how much is gonna, a little bit will transfer over. No, you're fine. No worries, no worries. All right, so I have printed out these digitals. I thought these might kind of be fun. I'll probably print some more of these off, but I just thought these might be fun. So I'm gonna glue some of these down. So I've got some things that I should be working on to get done before we leave. Well, I can't stop thinking about my Bella Grace journal. Oh my gosh, I'm just like such a kid when it comes to some of this stuff. So I said to my son this morning, I'm streaming this morning. So if you're going to call your dad's cell phone, because we normally tell him to call the house phone because I can put the phone on speaker and hear better. So this is like 8:30. I'm trying to get ready for my stream. My husband's asking me all kinds of questions. He's in and out of the room. He's trying to deal with some stuff that we're trying to get, wrapped up before we leave. And I'm like, oh, okay, So I'm trying to deal with that. Telling my son, if he's going to call, use his cell phone. Doesn't the house phone ring? And then I don't have a phone here. I took it in the other room. I'm a terrible mother. So then I'm texting him and I'm saying, are you learning impaired? I said, what do you need? And I said, what do you have to say now? But, we can't wait. Or you didn't dial your dad's cell phone. He's like, nothing. He didn't want anything. I guess he just wanted to chat. He's like, are you streaming already? I'm like, no, but I have to prepare. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's like a big teddy bear. So we've got our cars rented. I think we've got everything we actually, need. We just have to connect with our driver that's taking us because we're flying out of JFK. So we just have to give him the final pickup times. And I've been ordering capris, trying to find something that I think would be good to take on vacation. And it's been a bit of a struggle, but I finally got a pair that works. So, taking care of all that stuff and then stuff that I need to return. It's all self-imposed fussing around. Self-imposed fussing around. These pictures don't look anything like us. But I just thought they were fun. And some of these, a lot of the folks on, I'm not trying to enable anybody, but a lot of the folks on Etsy that sell digitals, I don't know, maybe it's a time of year, but they've got them all discounted. I mean, some of them you get a lot of stuff for maybe $8 or $10 or more. Sometimes you can buy every one of their digitals for like under $20, when they've got them discounted. But for a couple of dollars, hi, Ange. Oh, she's cleaning the house. All right, baby. So I have a hard time resisting some of these now that I'm using, better paper to print them. And I have a hard time resisting them when you can get sometimes 80 images or more for, like $2 or $3. Of course, that all adds up too, but so I think there was a reason I ordered and purchased this set with, vintage traveling people, but I'm not remembering why. I know it wasn't for my trip. It was for something else, but so there's that. Anyway, her mother makes her go on her cleaning jobs, and she did. Yeah, it's hard to understand, isn't it, Candy? My sisters and I were chatting last night while we were watching the ball game. Well, we text, back and forth, message back and forth. And I won't tell you what struck up the conversation, but we got talking about our houses and cleaning, and it's not a strength for any of the three of us. But I'm at the point in my life where we could do it. I would just like to have someone come in, maybe just once a month. I have back issues. I could do some of the cleaning myself, but it takes me forever. I don't feel good when I'm doing it because of my back. And then I suffer for several days afterwards trying to recover from doing it. If you hire somebody, you're supporting a small business. And my husband can do it, but he does everything else. And I don't really want to do it. I mean, years ago we couldn't hire anybody, but I think we could do it now. And he just won't give in. He won't give in to it. So my youngest sister, she said, I'm asking for that for Mother's Day. Like a one-time deep clean kind of a thing. I think she's asking for, which would be great. So we'll see how she makes out. My mom didn't ever want anybody coming in. It was like a personal thing. It's like, I don't want somebody else cleaning my house. I'm like, oh man, it sounds like a dream come true to me. Different strokes. Candy has to go. Okay, Candy, thanks for coming in. It was nice to see you. Jacqueline's working and lurking. I know, right, Gail? I mean, it's just, it takes its toll. And for as long as it takes me to get something done, then it's time to start over again. And I think some of the crews that come in, I mean, you have to do a little research and, get reputable people, but they come in and they're like, phew, they're in and they're out. Well, I had my mom's house cleaned when we were getting ready to sell it, and they were in and out very quickly. They brought in a whole crew. We didn't have to think about it. And it's not like, I mean, we're all getting older, my sisters and I, and our kids are older. Not that they can't do it, but they have their own lives in their own homes now. I mean, it's not like when they were kids and they were living with you. I don't know. I think I could make a very good case for it. Falls on deaf ears here, though. Maybe sometime. Oh, he can, Gail? That's amazing. Yeah, right. At one time, my sisters and I had kind of talked about, well, we'll just go to each other's houses, and we'll take, say, one Saturday a month, and, we'll clean your house and we'll come clean my house. But we never really did that. And it's just hard. Now there's grandbabies and there's additional responsibilities there. And I don't think I'm convincing anybody but myself. But and it's not like we have a lot of company, which we don't. I mean, we have my husband's church folks come for dinner like I guess it's coming to be like almost like once a month because there's just a few of us that have a home big enough to house everybody. And thank God they come at night where you can't really s- can't really see a whole lot. Dim the lights. Here they come. But and I don't think of myself as a real clean freak. Like my parents lived next to this lady. She even cleaned her siding. Okay. No, no, that's not me. But she was always cleaning the floors and washing windows and doing the outside stuff. No. Um, but when I went and got these are acrylic. I didn't do my stick-ons because I want to not have to take any nails with me when we're traveling. Have one pop off. Worry about the glue. I just didn't want to deal with any of that. So I treated myself to a set of acrylic, which should last me till we get back. So I go into this nail salon. Of course, years ago, before I knew about those stick-on nails that I now use, I went like once a month, got my feet taken care of, and then I would get a manicure or get, the fake nails put on. Well, then I discovered these stick-ons, and they're so much more, um, they're priced so much better. I can have designs and things that cost extra at the nail salon. I think I'm just going to glue them down like that the day before departure. And so, I just had to go over to the dentist again, get another adjustment for my little partials. So I was over there, and there's a nail place there. I thought I'm just going to pop in there, and I'm just going to have it done there. This place, I mean, really, I'm not a clean freak by any stretch. Everything in there was dirty. I mean, the guy that did my nails, like, they have the little pots with the dust in it. You know, the acrylic dust. Eliane's probably say, or it's called that. You know, I don't really know what it's called. I call it acrylic dust. The top of this pot was all dirty. All the nail polishes sitting by his desk, that was all dirty. At one point, I don't know if you've ever had your nails done, they get the acrylic on and they sand it and everything. And then they ask you to go to the sink and you scrub off all that dust. The sink was dirty. There was dust. And I mean, come on, folks. To me, like that kind of a place, like the place I used to go regular, you could eat off of their floor. I mean, everything was shined up and dusted, and they got to have a lot of downtime, get out a baby wipe and clean off some of that jazz. So if the need ever arises again, I don't think I will go back there. My nails look okay, but well, I didn't realize till I was already engaged and, had the big things on. And so I won't go back. All right, maybe I'll put this young fellow over here. I was thinking about that, Peggy, leaving a review. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. And then I usually never like the channels that they have on their TVs in those kinds of places, even hair salons and stuff. But they had on some kind of a murder thing. Like, who wants to be sitting and having your nails done? To me, should be like an enjoyable experience. They've got some kind of Dateline murder thing on. I'm like, really? I don't know. Maybe I was just being a little fussy. Maybe I was just being a little too fussy. But anyway, that was my experience. And maybe it was that way because I'm not supposed to get, rehooked on getting acrylic nails on anymore. I should have to be happy with my. Really? Oh yeah, they had two of them. They only had one of them going, but yeah, they had. I think everyone that I've ever been in, they've had a TV. All right. Really, girls? How about that? Murder and manicures. Dun dun dun. I did enjoy the little hand massage. I just thought, for somebody who's really not a clean freak like my mom's old neighbor, it's one thing I really picked up on was I was a little cruddy, little cruddy. No, Pennsylvania too. Maybe it's a Pennsylvania and Jersey thing. But yeah, I just assumed they all did. And they're usually having because I used to take my neighbor that I often speak of, because she couldn't do her nails, and like to get her toes done and stuff. So we just made it a thing. And we used to go. That's when she was mobile, you know. I'm sure they do have health care codes, but they're just not expecting anybody to come in and check on them. And where we went for probably a good year or more regular. They had a big old TV too, and theirs was a small salon. Okay, what else can I do? I think I want to put some more book page pieces on. Maybe I should do a little inking. How about a little inking? Inking. Oh, I could do some stamping. Oh, God, now. Oh, I could look. I'm sure it has some kind of travel stamps, right? Oh, she did, Peggy? My neighbor's got a podiatrist that comes and does her toes because they have to be done. And so he comes every, I don't know how many weeks, 4 or 5 weeks maybe. She needs to get to a dentist, and we do a lot for her, but we've drawn the line with transporting her anymore because we're too afraid she'll fall and get hurt. So, they have folks that can come and do that know what they're doing, and they have the right equipment to help folks that are really immobile. I don't think she'll ever make arrangements for that for herself, but that's on her. She's with it mentally. So, yeah, we just are not comfortable with that anymore. I mean, she goes down. You can't move her. I mean, you can't move her. And then if she breaks something, oh my goodness. No. So she keeps hinting, I just wish Ron would take me. And I said, he's not going to do that anymore, Betty. You have to call. She's got, I don't know if you would call them a social worker, but she's got somebody with the county, that sends the girls from the nursing agencies, to help her with her care day to day. She's got contacts there, where if she asks them, they could help her do that. Hey, there's Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Shannon and I had a nice little chat last night. It was nice to chat with her. Joyce says, I'm starting to have, cutting your own time. Yeah. I mean, I can't do mine. You hate, yeah, my mom was kind of like that, but we made her go, and she didn't mind really. But I understand that probably a lot of people feel like that. I mean, I don't mind. I would encourage you to try it once and just see if you could do it. I mean, I'm fortunate that my husband's willing to do my toes, but I mean, there at one point, like I just had my toes done maybe last month, and I was way overdue. And he finally said to me, honey, you need to go get a pedicure. So, there's that. Okay, what else? Oh, stamps. I was going to look for some stamps. Let's see. I know I've got some Timmy travel stamps. Let's see what might work. Let's see what else I have here. I've got lots of stuff, of course. Let's see if I can find something without too much difficulty. Well, this mustache might be cute for the boys. Oh, why? I know we've got a ship and I don't think there's anything much in this box. Thank you, Shannon. I mean, the press-on nails really have worked out well for me. All right, maybe I should cap this up just to be on the safe side so I don't drop anything in there. And let's see what we have. And it doesn't have to be travel. I just want something to start duding up these pages. So I'll be more encouraged while traveling to maybe keep track of, what we're doing. Which you think you're going to remember when you get home, but you really don't. At least we don't. I don't. My kids remember pretty well, but trying to take responsibility for this part. All right, I think I have a bunch up in here. And this little journal, will slip in my handbag easy enough. Yes, you are exactly right, Devin. Yes. What voyage? Let's pull this out. Look, half of them are missing. Christmas. Oh, there might be a couple here. These I could use. I kind of like these. I wonder if I could. Peggy's always busy. Oh, there's Jacqueline. Jacqueline, are we on for tomorrow evening, do you think? Or are you still thinking about it, or can we tell our friends what we're thinking? If you can understand my cryptic. I kind of like these. Okay, Jacqueline is not selling tomorrow. She has been having a sale on Friday afternoons starting at 4. But she's decided she needs a little downtime to get prepped for her next sale and just stuff that's going on with the family and work and all that jazz. So she's not going to do a sale. So I said to her, maybe it would be fun if we went on and we just, hung out and did some art. So that's what we're going to do. So at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Friday, the 11th of April. I don't know whose channel. Well, I can put that on a post on my, I don't know why they changed it from community tab, but on my channel, but either her channel or my channel. And we're just going to hang out. I think we're going to work in our Bella Grace, magazine journals. I'm trying to decide where else I might have some good stamps that are easy to get to. All right, well, let's see. I've got a couple here. Yes, we're going to build a grace together, which may involve some blooming as well. Oh, I like this leaf. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. See how some of these will stamp. Oh, look at this. Look at that stamp. Let's pull that out. Oh, look, there's a block. A block. That looks springish. Look at all this stuff. See, I don't go in these boxes very often. All right, now to get a stamp. Yeah, I love the Daphne magazines too, Joyce. It is a different Daphne's is more of your traditional magazine type pages. I don't know how else to say it. Don't you think, Jacqueline? The Bella Grace pages are not shiny first. Not that you don't have to have that. I'm just saying maybe a little more of a challenge, but you could do it. Yeah, so if you want to join us and art along and you have a magazine, even if you have one that's like Dee Dee does, let's see, what do we have that I can, grab real quick here. So this is a magazine too. You may have one that you've done in the past. See, this was one that I cut down, and I don't know if I folded the pages in, but you might have one like this, where you just fold it, or you cut the pages, or you cut it to the size you wanted, or you may have a couple that you've glued together. I'm just looking around to see if there's another one I can grab to kind of give you an example. It doesn't have to be the whole big magazine, like I did with the Bella Grace. There's lots of different ways to have a magazine journal. So, if you have something, no, I haven't, Ange. If you have a tracking number, maybe you could check it. I've recently had some issues with getting packages, sorry to say. All right, let's see. I don't want to stamp. See, I'm really crowding myself out here. I'm going to use my, oh heavens. I'm going to use my StazOn. I really like this StazOn Midnight Blue. See, I'm getting some extra stamping there. These stamps, I don't know where I got these. Probably, I guess, a thrift store. But they're all like, glued to pieces of foam. I could press it down better, but that's going to look cool. Okay, let's inky dink again. Dink, 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 dink. See, I'm just, I really don't feel I'm being messy, but I'm having a hard time here. And then my nails are going to end up blue. I can't arrive in another country with blue nails. They're supposed to look like a French. Oh, maybe these will look like clouds. You don't know, bum, 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 bum. At home. Going right, yeah. Front and center. Okay, Gail, rest up. Oh, she's seen a new chiropractor. Oh, maybe that'll help. Yeah, Gail's been in a lot of pain. Okay. No, I was going to stick this somewhere else too. Let's just do a second stamp here. I think this might be crooked. But this is just for me to remember, what we did day to day. Yeah, that'll be okay. I'm going to put a mustache on this page. I didn't pull out any fours. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, gosh, I'm so crazy. Look at this. This little butterfly stuck to... I'm sure I can buy glue there, too, right? Whoops. Oh, look. The picture is upside down from the actual stamp. I buy all these things secondhand. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. So I'm planning to stream next Thursday unless something unforeseen happens and we have to do something, you know, before we leave that we weren't planning on, but I'm planning to stream. I might not stream terribly long. I don't usually more than 2 hours anyway. So, because we're not leaving till, evening. Oh, I did May. I'm way back here. Let's see. I love this stamp, and I've used this in paint and everything too. So I don't know how well this is going to stamp, but we're going to give it a try. We'll give it a go. I like that one. I have somewhere An artist journal. Oh, maybe that's in my drawer. Oh, I like the artist journal stamp I have. Let's see. Let's put a little bit of this one. All right. So this is how crazy I am. Don't judge me. But I had a glass of water sitting here and I forgot that I had used it for paint. What was I painting? I just rinsed my brush in it yesterday and then I had to take my medicine this morning. My tea was too hot and I thought I've got to take it right now or I'm not going to remember. And then later today I'll feel yucky and I'll think, oh, you didn't take your medicine. So I just grabbed the glass of water and took it. And then I remembered, yeah, I think you used that for a paintbrush. Oh. Hi, Carol. Good morning. Is it still morning? Yes, it's still morning. How are you doing? Nothing like a sip of painty water. Oh my gosh. Well, we had picnics at my mom and dad's, and we would be there like all day. Around 3 o'clock, it'd be like snack time, and Dad would say, "Who wants an ice cream cone?" And of course the grandkids all go, "Me, Pop, me, me." They go crazy. So it was like a tradition. He'd get out the ice cream in the dipper, and he always had a little glass like this, fill it with water so he could dip his scooper in there and he would make a really nice ice cream cone for the kids, and they were thrilled. Oh, here it is. Isn't that lovely? So we were having a birthday party or something. I think my dad had passed on, so I'm taking up the reins of dipping the ice cream. Got the glass, putting my little scooper in there. And some smart aleck in the family said, "Oh, that water really looks gross." And I said, "Well, it's just ice cream that, has been rinsed off of the scoop." And then somebody said something about drinking it. And I said, "I'd drink it." And they're like, "Oh, no, you wouldn't drink it." I'm like, "Yes, I would." I mean, my son-in-law has done some crazy stuff. So they dared me. It didn't taste good, but it was just watered down ice cream. You know, I wouldn't drink anything crazy. I'd drink ice cream. There's that little butterfly. There was that little butterfly that was attached to, let's see, this little guy. Let's put him on here. Aw, look how cute that is. Wait a minute, I'll hold it up in a minute. See, it's going to be so easy to just attach things here, you know? Let's see. What else do I have here that I could? Oh, where's my favorite of all favorites? What is this? I don't think I've ever used this one. I don't know if this looks too Christmassy. Oh, yeah, wait a minute, it's this way. Well, maybe it looks a little Christmassy. I might put that one on. It's like hanging birdhouses and stuff. I'm looking for here it is. Got to put some script on some of these pages, right? Just whatever floats your boat, right? Just put stuff you like, your favorite things. So if you have a magazine laying around and you want to join Jacqueline and I tomorrow afternoon at 4 Eastern Time, come and join us and work along. It'll be fun. Let's go this way. I gotta make sure I pack a pen. I might glue some pages together. I should have probably glued these together because I've got the string there. Let me do that. Oh. I don't think we'll get to the Harry Potter store this time. It's at King's Cross, but you never know. I don't know that there's anything in particular we'd want there. My husband doesn't watch Harry Potter. Now, I usually don't have too much luck doing this, but I'll tell you, whoops, there it goes. I watch G. Kerr, and she just slaps on this stuff, from a glue stick, and it just, her pages glue together so nicely. Now, we did something with napkins not too long ago, and I opted to use this purple glue stick that's supposed to dry clear. It didn't. I ended up throwing that stuff out. And it sat for a good week or more. So I was a little disappointed in that. But if this doesn't dry clear, I'll be gluing other stuff on top, so it's not really the end of the world. Got a little stickiness over there. Okay, so that needs to dry. I tend to always do that side of the page, not both sides. All right, so this one, I have never opened this yet. I don't know where I got this, from one of the live sales. Maybe Wendy, I don't know. I don't think it looks too Christmassy. I've got a little lantern and birdhouses. It's got some snowflakes, but I could really cover them up if it really drives me crazy. Use this. don't have anything going on here. That might look cute there, but see, I could go over here too. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, looks like this is gonna. All right, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna do a stamp without doing the. Oh, I took that other stamp off without doing a sample. You know what? Let's stamp off first. I'm gonna rub it down pretty good. I took this little wiggly line off that's on a block somewhere. Yeah, a little light there. Okay. I could go over that with my Sharpie pen. Oh, I got a pack of Sharpie pen. Now on the back of this book, there's a pocket. Okay, Ange. Make wise decisions. Okay, let's push. Press and push, press and push. So I could put little stickers and stuff in the back too. It's like, even though I'm on vacation, I want to have some stuff available to do because, you know, at nights, we're not going to be doing anything really at night. All right, so still didn't get that real great there. I felt like I pushed down everywhere, but maybe I didn't ink it so great. Okay, pull the backing off and put it. Nope, that's not it. And we're just gonna sit it here. See, I've got a pocket back here where I can take things. I mean, I can't imagine Janet and I are just going to sit and stare at each other, right? So we'll be doing something. I have to have some stuff. And here's this crazy little clock. Take some. Oh, yeah, definitely, Joyce. Yes, good idea. Yeah, I have that bag that I just got. I'm going to put yarn in there for sure. And take some hooks. I'm trying to get something made finished for Janet. I'm not. I think I'm going to be able to get it done. The little village stamp. Wait a minute, I have to look. I guess a voyage is really just by boat, right? Is that by boat? The little village. Is it one I have, Devin, or you're just saying from his line? I like that stamp. All right, let's put this back. You already used it in your book. Don't know the brand. What this? Like this skyline? Row of houses. Yeah, I don't know either. It's just somebody glued it on this foam. Oh, it's probably from that lady I got all the stuff from years ago. It's just not marked. Yeah, it's a cool one. I forgot I had that. Shocker. I love this too. This doesn't really go with anything, but I just like it, so I'm doing it. I just like it. You think, Shannon? I thought it looked very European. It is fun. It's also fun thinking that, oh, I'd really like to have whatever. And then you're digging through your stash one day and ding, there it is, or something very similar. I'm going to use the Voyage one anyway. I know I have a ship and I have an old car. Oh, maybe I'll put the Voyage here with these folks. Hi, Carol. Carol, my quiet corner. Carol, have we met? I'm trying to get better, but sometimes the old brain just doesn't kick in. It's very nice to see you. Thank you for coming in and spending a little time. The one reason you clean your craft room, you find stuff you forgot about. Yep. And it's fun. Fun. Yes, we have. Gosh, I'm so terrible. I apologize for not remembering. But thanks for coming back. All right, sometimes these don't re-stick down onto their little place. Okay, we got a lot of carols. Okay. I think I could use a little something here, a little book page or something here. Oh, okay. Oh, I just saw Canadian Artisan. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't recognizing for some reason. I guess. Oh my goodness, incognito. Silly me. Because I'm used to seeing Carol McDonald. Pennsylvania Pilgrim. Well, I'm from Pennsylvania. Let's have that. Let's have that. Ah, I just ripped it. She's messing with my mind. Boy, this is kind of crumbly. Crumbly and fumbly. I can't ink it because it's too crumbly. And I'm starting to get hungry. So the last couple days I've been crocheting like a mad woman. Trying to get this project done. Of course, I wait too long. Yeah, oh, that Carol. See, it wasn't just me. Carol likes to change her name to keep us on our toes. Okay. I felt like there for a minute it was, what's my line? something I didn't do. Let's do some stenciling. I love to do some stenciling. All right, let's get this closed up. Get that down there. Now that stencil I had out working on my Bella Grace journal. So let's use this a little bit. Let's just flip the page. And let's see, let's use let's use peeled paint. You are, Shannon? Shannon, are you still making blankets for the children? Shannon, if you were doing this project that I'm doing, you'd have it already made. I get stingy sometimes with, my ink and my printer and not wanting to waste it. And, you sometimes like the directions, you don't need all of it. You just need the pertinent stuff. I guess I could put it on black. That probably would help. I might do that after we're done here today. But, I have to see how to do the top of the bag. So, of course, I'm adjusting. I'm not really following the directions because I started my own thing. And I was just doing big squares, and I was going to put a couple of big squares together and try to make a tote. And Jacqueline said, boy, they're really big. And I said, really? You think so? So then I'm lining them up, and I'm thinking, yeah, I guess they really are big. So Shannon says, oh, Shannon. Right now, I'm making one for the precious little guy who passed away. This week for his funeral. Oh, Shannon. You are a sweetheart. Yeah, Shannon was sharing that with me last night. Very sad. Very sad. So if you think about this young woman named Katie who just lost her baby. It wasn't full term, but it was a really hard situation. And it's Shannon's daughter's friend. Sarah is Shannon's daughter. And her friend Katie is the one who lost her dear little boy. So I already have 4 panels done, which really can make the body of the bag. So I just have to do a bigger one for the bottom. This gal's pattern, she used, she made a rectangle granny square. And, which would work really well. Her pattern is really nice. But I was too far along, and I don't have time to start over or pull it out and redo, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to make what I have work. So we'll see. We'll see. If nothing else, it'll be an original. An original can be good. Da, 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 da. So I'm pretty much just putting anything down, really. Because by the time, and you could do the same, by the time you're done fussing with it. It's going to look real cool. It's going to look real cool. All right, so let's put this one back, and I think I will try the. I'm going to put some bubbles on here. I like bubbles too. Let's put some raspberry bubbles. Wouldn't you like to eat some raspberry bubbles? Yes, bubbles. I could also have my bonus grandchildren, draw on a page for me or color in a page. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. Something for Mama Lori to have in her journal. Okay. Pink bubbles, even better. So I've got my threads there. I really didn't like the way that glued together, but let's mix it up. Let's go back this way. See this? I got a big wrinkle. And I pulled that page real straight and I went this, I don't know. I think there are some things I feel like I'm pretty good at, and other things it's just like I'm just not catching on. Just not catching on. Let's do a couple pink bubbles here. And then I was thinking, I have that. I wonder if I can put my hands on that quickly. Put this back. I like the little bumblebee stamp that I have. I've got my drawers all ripped apart here. Oh, here's that. I should put this back. This is the other part of that stamp. I should put that back where it belongs. Well, I have that out. Anybody ever see this? Let me see if I have it here. Or it could be. I have this little wheelie. Oh, there it is. I have this little wheelie thing. I think it was for making impressions in clay. I saw this on a clearance rack at one of the craft stores. And you just snap the little wheel in. It kind of reminds you of the Stampin' Up! Wheelie things. And it came with, I think, 3 or 4 little stampy wheels. And when I saw it, I thought, well, now why can't I use that as a stamp? I think it's just a 3. And that works pretty good. All right, so what did I do with? Let's have some green bees. Green bees, not green beans. Green bees. I think it's a bee. Could be a fly. In my mind, it's a bee. A little stinker. Got them twisted around. Gotta have at least 3. is very cute. All right, so let's see. Maybe I'll put some. Now I have a hard time. I have a hard time running this and making it go straight. So you just, like I said, I think it's just to put impressions in clay, but I use it as a stamper. Isn't it cool? So I had the leaves. I have this. They're like a little wiggly line. And this one I think are circle. Oh yeah, these are circles. And all you do is just pop this off. And then they just slip right in. That little slot. That I might glue. So let's try a different color. Let's get some blue. Oh, peeled paint goes over here. Here's my blueprint sketch. Yes, I've used it that way too, for sure. Yeah, you're right, Peggy. It would. And it does. Gotta go this way. Woo-hoo. This kind of look like tire tracks. Oops, not getting even pressure. We'll do the other one so you can see all three. I guess they have other ones. I never really looked them up. Look how crooked I am. Crooked, crooked. That might look cute down there. Let's put this down there. All right, so it's Thursday. I expect to be streaming Sunday at noon. It is nice if you have a block where you can just try to get even pressure. I know, right? Cool tool. Yeah. And I got it on clearance. I always check clearance because you never know what you're going to find. Cool. All right, so at least I got a little bit of a head start. I'm going to take some more pages out, and then I'm going to load some stuff in the back, stickers and whatnot that I can have with me. I'm not sure about the cover. I was thinking about, putting the word Europe there. I'll think about that probably a little more. But yeah, Five Below. So this one was, they have things that are $5 and above. But, this is a nice journal. Like I said, the pages are really nice. For really not a lot of money. But, you could use anything. because of the Harry Potter connection with my bonus son, and I just picked this one up to use. So I am going to say so long, farewell. Oh, that's okay, Devin. So Sunday, noon Eastern, and then then one more week, and then I'm hoping to maybe do a live. I'm traveling to Europe, Shannon, England, and then we're staying in Switzerland after that, and then we're right near. Hey, thanks for coming in and taking the time, Devin. It's nice to see you. So we're hoping to get into Germany and France, and then do maybe some things around Basel as well. So we're just going to play it by ear, that part of the trip. And yeah. So I had fully intended when my son and I went in 2021 to do a couple videos or, a live. And I didn't do it. And I was disappointed I didn't do it. So I'll see. I might be able to. I mean, my son was with me last time, but I might really push to do that. I know the timing is so different. They're like 5 or 6 hours ahead of us, I guess. So look, see this little stamp goes on this. So look at me. I'm putting it away. Did I get sick on that trip? I don't think so. We had some road rage on that trip. I know when I went with my daughter back in, I went to meet my daughter when she did her student teaching. I was sick when I got home from that trip. But if I did, Peggy, I'm not remembering it right now. I just mostly remember the road rage, which, wasn't fun, but I'm not going to think about that. So anywho, getting down to the wire, I made a list for packing. So, oh, thanks, Leah. I'm glad you were here. So as usual, enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week if I don't see you. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So take time to be creative. Oh, and don't forget tomorrow, if you're available, 4:00 Eastern, Jacqueline, Lovely's Crafting Lodge, and I are going to come on live and work in our Bella Grace magazine journals. So if you can join us, and if you have a magazine that you'd like to journal in, get in a comfy spot, get some supplies, and maybe we can just kind of art together. That would be fun. All right. So look for us around 4 Eastern, and I hope to see you there. So until then, don't forget to take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Until next time, bye-bye for now.